Stephen A., let me ask you this. Should Luke Walton be in trouble?
I don't think so. Not for this year. And I recognize that Magic Johnson has stated for the record he is not. I want to emphasize this. I do not believe them. I do not believe them. Do I believe he should be in trouble for this year? No. I think the team that they presently have assembled, you've got some work to do. You have to improve defensively. There's no question about it. And from what I was being told, when Magic met with Luke Walton last week, in a report that Adrian Wojnarowski and Dave McMenamin highlighted, I had mentioned something about it prior to that. But here's the reality. Magic Johnson had a conversation with Luke Walton. Yeah. And here's why. 2 reasons. Magic Johnson is not satisfied with how they look defensively, and he thinks that Luke Walton needs a better coaching staff. Now, he's not going to say that publicly, but I'm telling you what I know. Brian Shaw, and I haven't spoken to Magic Johnson, just for those out there wondering, I have not spoken to Magic Johnson about this. But let me tell you something right now. Brian Shaw is the one person on that squad that has coaching experience. Outside of that, listen, Mark Madsen, nicest guy in the world. We still love him from his days dancing on stage when the Lakers won championships with his non-dancing self. But he's a fun-loving guy, real pleasant guy to be around. And he's working his way up the coaching ranks in this business, and we wish him luck. But Brian Keefe, Mark Madsen, was it Jesse Mamize or whatever, Miles Simon and these guys, Magic Johnson wants Luke Walton to have a more experienced coaching staff. And also, by the way, you don't get to try and play like the Golden State Warriors when you don't have their roster. So these are the elements of concern for somebody like Magic Johnson. Defensively, you're just a non-existent. Offensively, you're trying to be something that you're not because you don't have the personnel. And then on top of it all, to bring these guys along, what Luke Walton did was hire guys he knows, guys he's incredibly comfortable with, and I'm in no way impugning or questioning their basketball acumen. But I am telling you that Magic Johnson and Rob Palinka have concerns about the coaching staff that Luke Walton, the staff below Luke Walton. And so when you have that going on, this is something that Golden State complained about with Mark Jackson. Now, I happen to know a couple of the guys that Mark Jackson had in his stable under him. And I like those guys, and I know they knew basketball. The flip side to it is that Joe Lacob and those boys and Bob Myers and them were like, you got to have a better staff. Well, Steve Kerr was willing to do that. And what have they done? Gone to 4 straight NBA finals. And so you're going to have presidents of basketball operations and team owners who believe that they know just as much, if not more, particularly than a young coach like Luke Walton. The situation is clear, Max. Better defense, a better offensive scheme, orchestrated by a coaching staff that they can trust. Because, again, LeBron is not going to say anything. Let's be clear about that, Max. LeBron James is not going to say anything. He's going to go out there publicly. He's going to state privately that he is in full support of Luke Walton. And I like Luke Walton, and I hope that he keeps his job. But LeBron is going to say that because LeBron knows that if another coach gets fired, everybody's going to look at him. And he don't want any parts of that. So that's what you have. Magic Johnson is incredibly fond of LeBron James. I'm not talking about LeBron James, the player, the best in the world. I'm talking about LeBron James and his off-the-court exploits and what he's done. LeBron James, he has an incredible fan in Magic Johnson. And Magic Johnson wouldn't want to put him in that situation. That's one of the reasons why Magic doesn't go to every game, because he's Irvin Magic Johnson. And he knows that when he's in the building, it's going to be somewhat of a distraction. It's LeBron's show. Let it be his show. So if he's sensitive enough where he doesn't go to Portland for the opening night game because he recognizes that that would take some shine away. If he's up in his suite and not in the tunnel all the time because he's guarding against him receiving too much attention, he is going to be protective of LeBron James. And there is no way that LeBron is going to be protected if Magic Johnson gets rid of Luke Walton. If Luke Walton gets fired this season, I don't think he should. And I don't think he will. But if he ends up getting dismissed as coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, that means it got so bad that Magic Johnson had to shove aside protecting LeBron James and do what's in the best interest of the franchise. And my last point is this. Understand this, just for everybody's edification. This whole Jeannie Buss hired Luke Walton thing, condition upon which Magic Johnson took the job, is that he would have complete autonomy over basketball operations. Whatever decision he wants to make, basketball, not business-wise, basketball-wise, whatever decision he wants to make, Jeannie Buss will capitulate to Magic Johnson. He is running the Lakers basketball
Real quick,
operations.
your point about Cleveland and how he got rid of all the coaches wherever he went, but he couldn't get rid of Spoelstra, even though if there was a little friction, points out to me a very important thing about LeBron James. He did best when he went to a strong organization with very strong leadership at the top, obviously, with Pat Riley. The difference here is that Pat Riley handpicked Eric Spoelstra. Magic Johnson has not handpicked Luke Walton. If Magic Johnson had handpicked Luke Walton, then it would be on Magic to tell LeBron, whether or not you like it, this is the guy. But that's not the case here.
Let me have the last word on this. Let me say this. LeBron James, I'm not going to say he got rid of anybody because he'll deny that. They'll deny, his team will deny that, all of that other stuff. And I just don't feel like dealing with that headache right now. But I will tell you this. LeBron James is a basketball savant. He knows basketball. And Magic knows basketball. You cannot have anybody around them that doesn't know the game. They believe Luke Walton knows the game. But Magic is concerned about that coaching staff. And if Luke, rather than talk about Magic and what he should do, or LeBron and what he should do, let's hope Luke Walton is listening, and Luke Walton takes and heeds those suggestions strongly and makes sure he buffers his coaching staff without casting any shade on the assistant coaches he has. Clearly, if Magic Johnson is telling you he wants a more experienced staff, that's a hint that you might need to take heed to.
Yeah.
And do it if you like coaching the Los Angeles Lakers, period.